It is 9 a.m. Thanks for clicking on WGRZ Plus for Daybreak Plus, where we're here for the next 25 minutes to bring you news, weather, sports, but weather, James.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So our shift starts around 3 o'clock in the morning. We came in, it was a nice 64 degrees, slept with the windows open, beautiful. We're going to leave our shift at noon, and it's going to be, what, in the 30s by then?
No, we'll still be in the 40s.
Okay.
Yeah, not quite that bad, but we will be in the 30s this afternoon.
Yeah.
Later this afternoon, then tonight, getting down into the 20s. So more weather whiplash.
Yeah, and the wind making it feel even nastier. And, you know, starting at 64 degrees, and we could possibly get some snow tonight. It's just crazy.
A couple snowflakes and flurries on the backside.
Yeah.
So after record-breaking highs yesterday.
Oh, wasn't it beautiful? It was just so nice to get outside for a walk and see neighbors that we haven't seen in quite some time, and just sitting out on the patio. It was very, very nice yesterday.
Exactly. Not so much today.
No.
And spring arrived today, too.
Yeah, and you've warned us. I mean, this is exactly what you anticipated for the spring arrival.
Exactly. Yeah, we wish we had spring yesterday. We got 76 degrees. So not only did we break the record, we broke it by a couple degrees. And it was a pretty decent record at 74. So.
Yeah. I went for ice cream yesterday with Elliot, and the lines was so long. And actually, it's free cone day today at
DQ.
Dairy Queen.
Yep.
Right. But it would have been nice if it was yesterday.
Sure would have been. Saved a few bucks, a couple extra dollars in your pocket, right?
Yeah, for sure. All right, you get to weather.
All right, spring has arrived, Melissa, no doubt, here today. It has arrived, so says the calendar, but Mom Nature is saying, oh, no, not so quick. All right, back to colder temperatures today. Shower chances are here as well, so we're talking about the threat of some rain. Really, with this rain, it looks like the bark is worse than the bite here, so we're only looking at maybe a quarter inch of rain. So Jamestown at 53 now, Niagara Falls at 50, Toronto at about 54. We started off the morning at about 65 degrees, and that is certainly a thing of the past. You can see some of the rain and some of the light snow trying to fire up here towards the UP of Michigan, and all of this moving in our direction here, moving over the lakes and towards Buffalo. So again, it's not a lot of rain. It's pretty dry outside. We actually had some breaks of sunshine coming into showtime here this morning, so just be mindful of that. And that's certainly going to lower our precip totals. So Buffalo, not a lot. It's 5/100ths of an inch here, not even a tenth of an inch. Hamburg, maybe 2/10 of an inch. You get into a little bit of elevation, that's where you're going to start to see the chance for a little more rain. We're talking about what will likely be a quarter inch to maybe closer to a half an inch. Let's time it all out here. And as we head towards 1 o'clock or so, there is that band of rain continuing to slide through. A bit fraction, sort of drying up and getting picked apart as it moves eastward here. But by tonight, that same area with elevation, Ellicottville, as you make your way in towards the south towns, we're talking about the chance for some snowflakes and flurries, and then clearing overnight. 2 o'clock in the morning, 3, 4, 5 a.m. into early tomorrow morning. That sky clears out and those temperatures really drop off. So rain shower chances here over the next few days. Today, obviously, we have them. Tomorrow, pretty decent day with high temperatures in the lower 40s. A small chance on Saturday, but a better bet here on the way for Monday. Your forecast here looks like this: 54 today. The chances for some showers to start and the chance for some snowflakes and flurries at the end. Tonight, temperatures dip down into the upper 20s, cloudy early with some late clearing as well. And a look at that 7-day forecast shaping up like this as we head in towards Friday. High temperatures here climbing into the lower 40s. And as we make our way in towards Saturday, we've got highs for the most part into the low 40s as well. And by Sunday, those high temperatures might climb just a little bit, not a lot. Don't get too excited. Still in the 40s, about 46 going to do it on Sunday. And Monday, shower chances are back, but that is a underwhelming 7-day.
It really is. We're going in the wrong direction temperature-wise as we're starting spring, but that is March and that is spring in Western New York.
That's what we get.
Let's talk about the Bills now. Left tackle Dion Dawkins is standing 10 toes down. He recently appeared on the latest NFL Players Second Act podcast. It's hosted by former players Charles Tillman and Roman Harper. And while I was talking with the former Pro Bowlers, Dawkins made a bold statement that he is the best left tackle in the NFL. Take a listen.
As a left tackle, I call myself LT1. I'm the best left tackle in the NFL, right? Hands down. Trent being hurt opened up the door for a lot of other people to show, right? And I respect Big Trent, big homie. He'll be back, and then he'll be king again. But, you know, somebody had to take that place, and I'm telling you, that's what I have my mission on. If the opportunity's here, I'm shooting for it.
Okay, so not necessarily the most modest of guys, but Dion is so lovable. He's a great guy, and great to have on the team. A really awesome relationship with Josh Allen, too.
No doubt. So if I read into it correctly, he kind of said, I'm the best left tackle now, while, other players are injured or hurt and out.
Right.
So
that may be true.
yeah, that could be true.
Yeah.
Hey, at least it wasn't like, oh, I'm the best forever and
Right.
ever and ever and ever. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
All right.
Yeah.
And now as for Stefon Diggs, more speculation that he could be coming back to the AFC East, but just not with the Bills. Diggs reportedly visited the Patriots. That's according to NBC Sports Boston. Now, this is Stefon's first visit of free agency also. As you know, he played on the Bills from 2020 to 2024. That's when he was traded to the Houston Texans. And Diggs ended up tearing his ACL in week 8, so he didn't finish the season. But there had been some speculations that maybe he wanted to return to the Bills because he reposted the pictures of him playing here in Buffalo, like that one right there. Yeah, he originally took down all of his Bills pictures right after he got traded. And there have been a lot of responses to the talk of him potentially coming back. Some of the Bills Mafia saying on Twitter, one person wrote, obviously could be nothing and most likely is, but I absolutely would welcome Diggs back with open arms. Another person on X said, from someone who doesn't really want Diggs back, why do so many people want him back? He's a locker room cancer. He clearly does not like the idea of everybody eats. Yeah, when you're Diggs, you don't want everyone to eat. You do want Josh to throw you the ball. And, I don't know what to say about it. I mean, I certainly wouldn't want to see him playing for the Patriots and having to face him, twice a year. And,
right.
We never want him to be in the division. But back in the team, if he's healthy.
He's healthy, if he can produce results.
Right.
But, if he is a cancer in the locker room, would he do more damage than good? That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah, and the Bills made it so far last year. They did fine without him,
great.
as long as they can find another wide receiver to replace him. So we shall see.
Right, it's free agency, so I'd imagine there's a few of them out there.
Yep, and the NFL is sharing more details about the Packers' proposal to ban the tush push. That move made famous by the Eagles. Brotherly shove, they like to call it there.
Exactly.
And it's also really used by the Bills quite frequently.
Yeah.
The Eagles use it the most, and then the Bills use it the most after the Eagles. And they also used it during the AFC Championship loss to the Chiefs. Now, if it is passed, pushing the quarterback forward right after the snap, we now know would be a 10-yard penalty. And Bills head coach Sean McDermott did call the play an injury safety risk at the NFL Combine last month. So here's how it works. They will possibly vote on it at the NFL owners meetings at the end of the month. For the rule change to pass, it needs 24 yes votes out of the 32 teams. The Packers will obviously vote yes since it's their idea. The Eagles will vote no. If the Packers can convince 23 other teams to join them, then the tush push would be banned. And the Eagles will try to persuade at least 8 teams that the way to stop the tush push would be with their defense and not with a rule change.
Right. I don't know. I think it's a great play. I think it should not be banned. I think Jalen Hurts and, Josh Allen do it really well.
Yeah.
So I think it's
part of the game.
Part of the game.
I don't know.
Stop whining over it.
I know.
Jeez.
So another possible rule change, the league, the Chiefs will also review, the league chiefs, I should say, will also review whether or not to tweak the regular season overtime rules this year. They changed the postseason overtime rules where both teams are guaranteed at least one possession. So now at the owners' meetings, they might also vote on whether the regular season, postseason, the regular season overtime should look the same way. And I think it should.
Yeah.
I really do. I mean, it's awful that the coin toss just in many ways can determine, who wins a game.
Yeah, I think that's a more sensible expenditure of your time. If you're going to tweak some rules, if you want to make regulation time and overtime kind of the same, it seems to make more sense as compared to trying to ban the tush push.
Right. But there are more things that they'll be considering. Another one, Detroit Lions proposed an updated playoff format that allows wild card teams to be seated higher than division champions if they have a better regular season record. And I mean, I get it that, in some divisions, some division champions are not that great, but
Right.
the wild card teams might be better.
Right.
And so seed them higher. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, some divisions, they could be division champs with I don't know, like a 9-7 record, let's say, or whatever, like a barely over 500 record. Whereas in other divisions, you're not even a wild card team with that record.
Right.
So I guess they're trying to equal the playing field.
Yeah.
I guess pun intended.
So the owners' meetings are at the end of the month down in Florida, and so we'll be following all of that really closely and see if any other potential rule changes come out.
The one thing we're sure of at that owners' meeting is that it will be warmer there in Florida than we are here in Western New York.
That's not hard to do when we're only going to be in the 30s for the next couple of weeks.
That's an easy forecast.
Yeah, and so also with the forecast being so not great for the weekend, you might be looking for something to do in Western New York, something indoors to do. And there's a lot of fun happening at the Buffalo Museum of Science, which is looking right now to inspire the next generation of paleontologists. Kevin O'Neill was there during daybreak this morning, and he's got more.
No wonder they went extinct. Look at these little arms. Ugh, I can't reach my mouth. Oh, I have such an itch. Oh, hold on one second. Oh, yeah. There it is. Yep. Hi, everybody. It's Kevin O'Neill. This is the Jurassic era. This is where Pete Gallivan got most of his jokes. We're here with Dr. Holly Schreiber. Hi. I'd shake your hand, but I can't.
That's okay.
Dino Fest Saturday.
Yes, Dino Fest Saturday. 4 floors of all activities related to dinosaurs, fossils, and rocks.
Okay, what do we have here on the table? What's over here?
So that is a mastodon femur. So look like a big woolly elephant that used to live in Western New York.
Sure. Okay, neat.
And a triceratops horn and a mastodon tooth.
Cool. And they'll be out for view?
Yep, exactly.
Okay, what's the goop?
So this is Ooblack. This is one of our dig experiences. We'll have much larger troughs of this, and kids can dig through it,
Oh, cool.
get their hands a little dirty, and find little dinosaurs.
Really cool. Neat. The whole bunch of stuff. Just list some of the other activities going on.
So we have our dino foam dig pit, and we have a guide that every guest will get that is a guide on how to become a paleontologist. That will help them move through the museum the day of Dino Fest and learn about rocks and fossils.
You're a doctor of geology and a paleontologist yourself?
I am.
And of course, we can highlight, obviously, this is for boys and girls.
It's for boys and girls, anybody that loves dinosaurs, all ages. It's just a fun day.
Do you recommend people go to the website for this? Or?
Yes, it makes the day of easier if you purchase your tickets in advance. So sciencebuff.org, all that information is on our website.
And for a few dollars more, you can just become a member.
Exactly. So a family of 4 to buy a membership is only $3 more, and you get a whole year of science fun.
And you can see the very rare blue T-Rex who loves to dance. The website is sciencebuff.org. Big finish.
Spirit fingers. Oh my gosh, I love Kevin O'Neill so much.
Great.
It's so much fun. And I love the idea of going to Dino Fest. Letting the kids get dirty and not have to do the cleanup at home is really nice. And then let them get all their energy out in that dig pit, which looks like so much fun.
It does look like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, great thing to do on a rainy day if we get some showers in here on Saturday.
Yeah, and Dino Fest is only on Saturday, and that is not the nicer day of the weekend. So
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
a good day to go inside.
Perfect timing.
Yep, absolutely. All right, we will have more weather and more news coming up right after this quick break. Stay with us. Well, today marks the official start of spring, but winter weather, look at this. It's making a huge impact across some cities across the country. NBC's Maggie Vespa has more on what communities can expect as winter goes out with a bang.
Wow.
Tonight, in these final hours of winter, dangerous straight-line winds and damaging storms roaring across the Midwest. It's one piece in a brutal patchwork of severe weather. With fierce blizzards slamming Kansas, semis jackknifing on highways in Nebraska, and drivers stranded in Colorado.
I mean, I've never seen anything like this.
In Florida, brush fires closing major roads south of Miami. The Williams family almost trapped amid the flames.
We were all just telling my brother, floor it, you got to get past and do your New York driving, just go.
while the dust storms choking the Southwest this week are now getting pulled east, with dust visible over St. Louis.
There was a lot of dust that was pulled into this thunderstorm from Texas, believe it or not, actually creating kind of a brown snow.
This latest round of weather coming on the heels of a deadly week, marked by wildfires in Oklahoma and Texas and a slew of tornadoes across the Midwest and South, leaving combined dozens dead. Destruction, scientists say, worsened by the climate crisis, with one recent study showing an increase in the frequency and intensity of damaging straight-line wind events from thunderstorms, especially in the central U.S.
What?
An area finding itself in the bullseye again tonight. Maggie Vespa, NBC News, Chicago.
All right. Well, what's obviously we're not getting any of that winter weather yet here, James, but really terrible to see what those communities are dealing with across the country.
For sure. Yeah, we're getting part of the same system, Melissa, but we're not getting the severity and we're not getting the, thankfully, the severe weather that the folks out to the west got. So we're going to be talking about some showers here that are going to work their way towards us as the morning progresses into the afternoon, late morning into the afternoon hours. Lighter rains here, but it's really going to be the cool down and the chance, just a small chance, for some flakes and flurries and maybe a quick snow shower in Ellicottville in elevation here as we move in towards 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and then certainly towards 9 o'clock. There it is. So once we have the elevation, we call it orographic lifting here. So the air goes over the higher elevations and sort of gets wrung out like a sponge. So it helps to kind of wring out whatever moisture moves through there. So again, that's probably your better bet to see some of those flakes, flurries, and maybe a snow shower. As we move into very early tomorrow morning, it's cold, but the skies continue to clear out as well, and that's going to make it even more cold, especially if the winds drop off, which they're likely to do, and certainly lessen. So waking up tomorrow morning, you are warned it's going to be in the 20s, so make sure you have that winter jacket back for tomorrow morning. Speaking of tomorrow, your rain shower chances are pretty minimal, which is good. Saturday, they tick up a little bit, but more so especially on the way for Monday. Let's get a look at your 7-day forecast. Shapes up like this. Friday's a good looking day tomorrow. Saturday, not so much, so find some indoor activities for the kids as we move into Sunday. Again, a better day, slightly warmer, high temperatures in the middle 40s. Taking a look at that 7-day for the South Towns and the Southern Tier. Very, very similar. Sunday is the better day of the two as we make our way in towards Sunday and in towards Monday. It looks like that rain is coming back, Melissa.
All right, very good. James, thank you. Now it's time to get a look at what's happening today. President Trump is expected to sign an executive order that looks to eliminate the Department of Education. Now, this move has been expected for weeks. According to the White House, President Trump will direct Education Secretary Linda McMahon to, quote, all necessary steps to facilitate the closure of the Department of Education and return education authority to the states. Now, this is a story that we will follow all throughout the day. Lots of emotions surrounding this story, and we will update you on air and online. Buffalo's acting mayor Chris Scanlon is scheduled to deliver his first State of the City address. He is expected to outline his administrative policies, accomplishments, and vision for the city. The address is taking place at the Buffalo Common Council Chambers at City Hall at 5:30 this evening. And when that happens, we will bring you the very latest on the air right here on Channel 2 and online at WGRZ.com. There's going to be a rally demanding justice for two civil rights activists, one of whom has passed. Today would have marked the 102nd birthday for Martin Sostre. And on July 15th, 1965, Geraldine Pointer and Sostre were arrested after police accused them of selling drugs and weapons out of a bookstore in Buffalo. Protesters will march to the Erie County District Attorney's office, where they plan to deliver a petition that asks DA Michael Cain to exonerate Pointer, who is still alive. However, he has said that he can't do that because there's a conflict of interest, and he's handed the case over to Chautauqua County. But that rally is planned for 2:30 this afternoon. Now, as for the Sabres, they're on the road today. They're in Salt Lake City. Buffalo is going to be facing the Utah Hockey Club, one of the newest team in this season in the NHL. Now, the Sabres did meet with Utah back in December, but they lost that game 5-2, so they're looking for some revenge tonight. The puck drops at 9 o'clock. If you can't stay up to watch the entire game, we'll have all the highlights tomorrow morning on Daybreak. And this morning, we are checking out last night's celebration that drew in the biggest country music stars. I know you were...
I was hoping to catch a little bit of it, but started at 8 and that was too late for me.
Yeah, and I have to admit, I'm not the biggest country fan or a country fan at all, but seeing these celebrities that were there last night for the Grand Ole Opry's 100th anniversary was really pretty cool. And Mark Barger has some of the highlights and also the red carpet moments from last night.
100 years to celebrate.
And that made it a can't-miss night.
To my soul.
At the Grand Ole Opry.
There are not enough words, and I'm a guy who, songwriter, I love to throw words at everything and try to figure it out with words, but it is amazing.
The duo War and Treaty let the fashion speak.
You say it, and I'm going to turn around so you can see it.
Historic.
It was a night that featured the biggest current stars of country music.
Play this hit song, y'all.
A lot of people are flying in and out just for this, so we're honored. We feel very privileged and blessed to be here.
Reba McEntire opened the show.
About you.
With a song honoring legends Patsy Cline and Loretta Lynn, while Carrie Underwood brought many to tears honoring living legend Randy Travis. Travis felled by a near fatal stroke more than a decade ago.
He always cherishes the moments that he has at the Grand Ole Opry.
Celebrating radio's longest running show and one of the world's great stages.
What it's housed and what it's seen and what it's heard is pretty staggering.
Another indelible moment came in the show's closing moments. A chorus of Opry members singing one of Dolly Parton's biggest hits to honor their absent friend.
I wish my grandparents were still alive because they would never believe what I'm a part of.
An extended Opry family that's made a century-long mark on music. Mark Barger, NBC News.
Hearing them sing "I Will Always Love You," you know, that's a lot of people just think of Whitney Houston, but to know that it was not, and bringing it back to its roots at the Grand Ole Opry was really
such
very
an
cool.
iconic place. I mean, just unbelievable and star-studded and filled with so much talent and so many legends there last night.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, one more thing that's going on this weekend. You know, we talked about Dino Fest that's happening on Saturday, but both days of the weekend, Explore and More Children's Museum is hosting Bite Size Buffalo. This is a 2-day food festival to help introduce kids to some of the best food that Buffalo has to offer. It serves as not only a good time for families, but also great for the restaurateurs presenting their samples and hoping to get future customers in the little ones. So I was looking at the list of who's coming, and Saturday it's Anderson's, which is obviously known for not just its ice cream, but beef on weck, and Park Edge Sweet Shop, and Fat Bob's Smokehouse for some barbecue, Sun Cuisine for sushi, Lenova Pizza, which most kids probably know anyway. Niagara Cafe is Puerto Rican food, and then Fairy Tale Farms. Sunday, a completely different list of vendors. We've got Anchor Bar, Paula's Donuts, D. Camilla's Bakery, The Cookie Jar, Meat and Eat Charcuterie. I would love to get Elliot to eat charcuterie with me. Krishiki Bakery, and Babsha's Pierogi is on Sunday. So yeah, a good way to get kids to maybe try something other than just mac and cheese.
Fingers.
Yeah, buttered noodles at our house is about all we do. So yeah, good opportunity there. Do Dino Fest on Saturday and maybe head to the Explore More Children's Museum on Sunday.
There you go. Sounds like a plan.
Yep. All right. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Now that we made you hungry, go have a snack, and we'll see you back here tomorrow at 9.